So you are on the go and you're trying to do a makeup look that's going to be quick, easy, but still bomb. Let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to use is a primer, something that's going to hold that makeup together, y'all. I usually use this. This is Holy Grail, y'all. Il Makiage. But let's stay focused. I'm going to use e.l.f. Drugstore. Okay, drugstore, you could get it. It's very inexpensive. It's probably like $8 to $9. And it's by e.l.f. And so I'm going to put that all over my face. Mind you, this is a clean palette. I have my moisturizer on. And now I am putting on my primer. You always want a clean canvas. You do not want to start on a dirty canvas. Wipe off that makeup before you put on a new face. So I'm just putting that and letting it seep into my skin. And by doing that, I'm just going to press that primer into my face. Baby, we got to get up and go. So we got to hurry this thing up. So we're going to press it in, press it in, press it in. And a trick for you ladies, you want to keep this makeup on, even though it's 10 or 15 minutes, you want to keep it on all day. So we're going to go in with a setting powder. Right now I'm using Morphe Melanin-rich. So we're going to go in with this today and I go right under my eyes. We want our makeup to be set. We want it to be blended in because we don't want no clumpy makeup. And I usually put it on all of my areas where I get the oiliest. So that'll be down here, on my chin, on my forehead, also on those eyebrows. I know that sounds crazy, but I usually go on my eyebrows because we don't want no oily eyebrows, y'all. Now that we have our face set just like that, we're going to go in with the foundation. The foundation that I'm going to use is Born This Way in the color Chestnut, with a fluffy brush like this. We also want to use clean brushes, but don't worry, this is going to get the job done. Just as long as it's not like a year old. You know, some of y'all be using brushes that, let's be real, that are like a year old of makeup on it. We gotta do different, y'all. Remember, we are on a time crunch, so we have to make sure that we are doing this quick. So we want to make sure that it's blended. You know you got to be to work at 9. Why are you starting at 8? Baby, no. You had to start earlier. So being that you're not starting earlier, we got to do a quick one. So this is how we're going to do it. So once we have that makeup all blended in, we're going to go in with our concealer. We're going to use Deep Chestnut in e.l.f. We're going to put a little bit right here. And we're just gonna put a little concealer going upward like that. Now that you have that concealer on, I'm gonna use my curve case to get a little bronzy. I'm gonna use Chocolate Charm. And what I'm gonna do is just right under the cheekbone, we're gonna go in. Put little dots right here. See that? And then right here. I know it look crazy, but we're going to do it, y'all. We're going to do it. We're going to go right back in with that concealer. And not too much right here. Mind you, y'all, this is a rush, girl. But we going to get it done. Also go right here, y'all. We forgot. It's okay. And so that is where all your highlights are going. Your concealer is going under your eyes, on the bridge of your nose, on the tip of your nose, on your forehead, right here. And what this does is we're just giving our face a makeup facelift. And what I'm going to do is get all the contour areas first. Use that foundation brush. Is this the way that I would do my makeup if I am doing a full face where we are not on a time crunch? No. But you want it quick and easy. So this is what I'm going to give. But we're still going to beat, y'all. And while we are doing our contour, what it's allowing the concealer to do is sit and dry. And then now that we have that, we're going to use the same brush. And now it's the concealer turn. Now with this, be a little bit more cautious. So we're not going to move as quick as we were. So it won't mess up the contour or the bronzer that we had going on. So now that you have that blended, you see that is a perfect blend. All right, so now that we have the contour around the face blended, we can start blending out that concealer. So I'm gonna use this fluffy brush. This is Real Technique. This fluffy brush to blend out our concealer. Take your time, no need to rush. And what I do when I'm doing my own makeup, I put my face down. So y'all see that perfect lift right here on the eye? That's what we want. That's what we want, y'all. That's what we want. It looks like this concealer had dried a little bit. What I'm gonna do is right now, spray. Usually, when I apply the concealer, I spray right then and there, and that's what we forgot, but it's okay. That's why you need a little bit more time to do your makeup, just in case you have a little hiccup. The under eye concealer, pat. You're just gonna pat under your eye. So we're gonna blend out this concealer on the nose. Blend out. You can use your concealer brush now that you're done blending out all of that. And look at that nose. Ooh, look at that nose, y'all. Ooh, ooh. Nose right here. This is the effect that we want. And then I also bring it down right here. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be 10 minutes late for work. I can't do that. I can't be that late for work. So now we have our blush palette. And we're just gonna put our blush right here. Y'all, I promise this is what I do. When I am in a rush and I need my makeup done like really quick, but I still want to look cute, this is what I do. That done. Oh, but what about the brows? Y'all want your brows done? Oh, okay. Let's do the brows. My Morphe brow pencil, and I'm just gonna brush my brows up, brush my brows up, brush them up, brush them up. Now what we have to do, what I do is just kind of fill them in a little bit from the bottom. You see that? Yeah, I promise this is what I do. And I just brush them up. Brush them up like that. Mm-hmm. You don't have to draw a new brow. Just follow your eyebrow shape. And you just want some color in your brow, any of that spacing in your hair, you just want to fill it in just a little bit. Towards the end, what I do is hair light strokes so it can look more realistic. And so now we have those brows looking like they looking. And we're going to use the same concealer that we use. Just put a little dot. We're going to use a flat brush. We're going to use this flat brush right here. And we're just going to carve the eyebrows out. You're going to try to make an arch. Don't go too far up. Get a little bit of your foundation and carve the front of the brow. What we're going to do is blend it out. Use a brush. You can use a concealer brush and then brush it down. Or you can use a fluffy brush we use for the contour. Either one is fine. So we want to make sure that the eyes don't look too light. I just add a little bit of brown eyeshadow, or you can apply a powder contour just to give it like some more color. We did the face, right? And if you want eyelashes, you can do lashes. If you don't have time for lashes, you're in a rush, use some mascara, girl. The no lashes look is in right now. So you could just put a little mascara on. It don't hurt nobody. You in a rush, girl, you gotta go. Hurry up. I use Coffee Bean in Absolute, and I'm just gonna use this. I barely have any on this thing, but I love this pencil. So after you do that, you're gonna use a nude lip. I love a nude lip, y'all. Boom, bada bam. And guess what, babe? You're finished. Spray your face. We want it to stay all day. So we're gonna use this by NYX, y'all. This has been holy grail for me. Yeah. Look at that face. Look at that face. Okay. So now that we have that done, you are ready for the day, y'all. Get to work. What are you doing?